50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to episode 319 of The Dream Wager. Today is October the 14th, 2023. As always, I'm your host, T-Rock. I apologize, my voice is going right now, so we're going to battle through this. E, welcome in. How you doing today, kid?
I'm doing great. You know, the weather's not matching the atmosphere. You know, it's shitty out there. It's looking like September. I'm tired of this fucking rain. I just want to have a nice Saturday, cool weather, enjoy that fall weather before it gets a little too cold. But Dill, another rainy Saturday. What a shit show.
Yeah, another rainy Saturday. Beautiful day to just sit inside and watch some sports and have some hot tea, which is what I'm having right now. But got a great show for everyone today. We'll recap Thursday night football. Chiefs just continue to dominate the Broncos. We got some college plays. Week 7 in college football. Jesus. Week 6 in the NFL. We got plays there. We took a break for the NBA previews. We'll continue that tomorrow. And any additional plays we got towards the end. I have a WNBA play at the end. But Elvis, let's start what we saw on Thursday night. Chiefs take care of business at home, 19-8. Game goes way under. I mean, my overplay was just dead from the start. But I did hit. It was a live bet on Russell Wilson, his rushing yards. He had 4 carries for 31 yards. So 1-1 on the day for me. But before we talk about the Chiefs, I think we got to talk about the Broncos. 1-5 now. Russ, 13 for 22, 95 yards. His QBR was 10.1. Arguably one of his worst games of his career. What are you seeing from him?
Dill, we spoke about it, I think, the other day on the show, Dill. I think I'm pretty sure you disagree with me. I made the case. He's playing himself out of the Hall of Fame, Dill, and we're seeing it week in and week out. Why? Dill, on prime time, he threw for 95 yards.
Yeah.
Like Dill, we talk, and not just us too, the media. The whole media talks about Daniel Jones is over this. Zach Wilson is that. This and that. Russell Wilson is performing worse than those people. And he's getting paid more than them. He's a Super Bowl champ. He got to be held to a higher standard, though. I'm not a Broncos fan. And I'm getting frustrated. As a football fan, I want to see a higher score game on Thursday night. I want to see a couple touchdowns throw. I want to see Jerry Jeudy get used to the best of his abilities. I want to see Corey Sutton to get used to the best of his abilities. I want the defense to make some noise against Kansas City. At the end of the day, though, there's no reason why we have one current Super Bowl champion and then a former Super Bowl champion only giving us a total of 26, 27 total points on a Thursday night primetime game. They got to do better than that. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, you got to be better than that. You're a Super Bowl winning head coach. You're a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You got to be better. Dylan, the only positive thing I can say about this Broncos team is the running back, McCollin. He's a rookie. He's playing lights out.
Jalen McCollin, yeah.
Great story. But other than that, Dill, it's just flat out embarrassing.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the Chiefs defense. They're playing lights out. After that week 1 loss at home to the Detroit Lions, they've been stout, getting Frank Clark back.
And we could put an asterisk on it just because they were out there two out of the top 3 best players still. We could agree on that.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, Russ, I agree now. I think I've come around. He had his little momentum early on in his career, but let's be honest, he had one of the best running backs. He had a good receiving core. He had the Legion of Boom.
One of the greatest defenses of all time for a 2-3 year stretch.
What are your thoughts on Steve Smith's comments? Because people didn't like him, but I thought he was talking facts. I mean, he didn't say anything that's not wrong.
Dill, I think you gotta. That's the part, Dill. He didn't say nothing wrong. It's not what he said. It's how he said it. At the end of the day, Dale, it's black and white. You can't how could I explain this? So it put like this: you can't complain about you know black people or brothers not getting to a certain position when you had that certain position. And look how you act. That's what it came down to. Though you shouldn't be. It, if he didn't say nothing wrong, it's just time and place. That's what it is. That's why a lot of people are mad at Steve Smith because he easy could have just and mad at Jerry Judy because Jerry Judy could have be more respectful. And then Steve Smith had the opportunity. He didn't have to go on live TV and say what he said. Though he could have addressed it after the fact. So that's just the bigger picture. He didn't say nothing wrong. It's just the fact that he addressed it on live TV and talk downwards to another man. That's all, Dill. You can't. We gotta pick ourselves up, not put each other down. That's really the main thing. Though.
Yeah, so he said it on the podcast leading up to the game on Thursday night. Obviously, Jerry Judy heard that, started barking, and then Steve Smith is the type of guy that says, "Listen,
He's like that."
He was like, I was prepared to apologize to you, and when I heard you were talking to me, now I'm not going to apologize because Agent 89 is like that. And I mean, I get it; it's how he said it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's not lying. Jerry Judy is not like that anymore. Whether it's Russ, whether it's Sean Payton's offense, but even before Sean Payton even got there, he wasn't living up to his ability. He's a third string. Let's be honest. He's a third wide receiver on the team. So, I just don't like the fact that you mentioned. Like, I think he went a little extra when he said, if teams call me, I'm going to tell them don't pick him up. Mm-hmm. That's when you
shouldn't, especially a wide receiver. You're supposed to pick each other up. Y'all both wide receivers. Cease's one of the greatest of all time, especially in our generation that we witnessed it. I saw him in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. I saw him in those seasons with Cam Newton. Trust me, C. Smith, that dude. Jerry Judy. I'm not saying you can't be that dude, but as of right now, you're not at the level Steve Smith was at.
Not at all. No, he's probably a Hall of Famer. We got to get him. We got to make a push for Steve Smith to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the Chiefs side now, Mahomes, only I guess worry I have with the Chiefs. They drove for a lot of yards. Travis Kelce had a really good game. Rashid Rice, the rookie out of SMU, he's going to be really good. Isaiah Pacheco, another good game. My worry is the red zone. They got all the way down there a few times and they stalled to get points. Do you think red zone is an issue, or do you think Andy Reid will clean those mistakes up?
I'm a lean more towards Andy Reid would clean it up, but I'll tell you one thing: I'm a little worried than I was in the previous seasons. I'll tell you why. Just because in the recent years we saw those jet sweeps or like those reverse runs just hurt defensives. Now it seems like they can't get a yard. We saw Tony once again get negative yards off those jet sweeps. So it was once a dominant play for Andy Reid in this offense. Now it seems like they can't get a yard all season long. That play was killing teams 2 years ago. Now teams are ready for it. So I just feel like he just gotta come up with a new design, and that's one thing I'll give credit to Andy. He's going to come up with a new design.
Yeah, he's one of the best play callers in the league. So, other than that, I thought it was a pretty good game. Game goes way under. Chiefs wind up covering by the skin of their nose. Late field goal. It's crazy how it works out. But Justin Watson, he had that. He was open. He got overthrown. Patty Mahomes overthrew him late in the fourth quarter, and that would have went over. But 1-1 on the night for me. E, how did you do?
I went 0-1, man. Like you said, Patty Mahomes overthrew our boy. He just needed one good ball. What was it, 20 and a half? I think you called it at 19 and a half. I called it at 20 and a half. Confident it in. I even betted it in game. It dropped to 12 and a half, and I put money on it. Boy didn't even get a catch. So I'm going to put that on Patty Mahomes. The guy was open. He was open multiple times. He just kept force-feeding Travis Kelce. And one last thing. Why the fuck, when I go on ESPN and I click Chiefs Broncos game and I click, the first thing you see is Taylor Swift? Come on, do a better job. I want to watch. I want to know stats and facts about the game. Not Taylor Swift takes in another Chiefs game with Donna Kelce. What the fuck? Come on, bro.
I'll spin it. I'll spin it from a business standpoint. They're making bank off of this woman.
I know, dude, but Do me.
I hear you.
Go to ESPN right now.
No, I know. I
Click
saw
the
the
game.
video. I saw
Why
it.
is that the first thing? Not
Because
the game.
it's a PR. It's a PR move. They want to bring other outside people that not like you and me to watch football because Taylor Swift is there.
I know, but you're promoting. I'm not. No disrespect to Taylor Swift. But you're promoting her instead of your sport. Because when you click on it, the first thing you see is Taylor Swift takes in another. No, it's not Travis Kelce. It's not Patrick Mahomes. It's not Isaiah Pacheco. It's not Andy Reid. It's Taylor Swift. I have a problem with that.
Let me ask you, how many more people?
That's like you going. You turn on. You want to see some facts and check the stats. Over unders for the ALCS Rangers Astros, and the first thing you see is fucking Kelly Clarkson. What?
Let me ask you this though: how many more people do you think are watching the game?
Millions. I'm not.
But that's the reason they're doing it. Even ESPN, they've come out and said it.
I understand why they're doing it, but you should be promoting your sport, not Taylor Swift. That's all I'm saying.
It's even they.
No disrespect to Taylor Swift. No disrespect.
She's a legend.
I love it.
Watch out for the Swifties.
I love the music.
Crazy.
It's just, bro. When I click this thing, I want to see at least the first thing should be like Russell Wilson needs to be benched, not Taylor Swift.
Oh wow.
No, I'm
Is
just
that
saying.
How you feel though?
No, I'm just saying.
I think so.
I'd rather see that than I'd rather see, Patty Mahomes interception, like, bad throw or something.
Well, I'll say this, and then we could get to the games. I'll say it's better that they're showing Taylor Swift than Brittany Mahomes. I'll say that. But no, she's awful.
I know,
she's
but who
cringy.
the fuck is Brittany Mahomes? That's
people know. Trust
I don't know.
She tries to make a name for herself.
I know.
And now she's mad because Taylor Swift gets all the shine in Kansas City. She thought she was the it girl. Here comes Taylor Swift, bitch.
To be honest, the it girl was Donna Kelsey. I don't even know her name was Brittany till just now. No cap.
You're not all up in the loop now.
I don't care. I don't care.
Let's get to these games. Before we get to college, quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. So no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry on a rainy Saturday afternoon, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, Elvis, let's get to week 7 in college. Tough loss for the Buffaloes last night, up 29-0. Largest comeback in Pac-12 history. Got to shout out Stanford Cardinals. I mean, no one expected them to be even in the game, down 29 at half, and then to punch and fight your way back. Can't nothing but do to tip your hat to the Cardinals. So good win on the road in Boulder too. That's what makes it even a better win. But I only got I only got like 4 games.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on? No, Dylan. I gotta call you out on this one. Call you out in this one. Dylan, you average. I'm gonna just say you average about 14 plays every given Saturday. I need you to tell the people why you only got 4.
So I just didn't love the slate, to be honest. There was on like my notes app, I put a lot of leans, and I only came down with like 4 or 5 plays that I got to the window with. Other plays I just couldn't get to. So I have some leans if you want, but
you gotta give us a couple of leans. You gotta give us a couple of leans, Dale, because this is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I always come through with a couple plays, though, but this is your department. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I know the people want it. I want it. Dylan, I don't know if you know. I take some of your plays. I bet them. I don't put them on my action, but I actually bet some of your plays now.
Oh, Let's you start us off then. What's your first play on in college today?
Still, 7:30 start. We're going late, people. We're not checking
Mm.
12 o'clock window. We're not doing 3:30 window. Guess what? We doing something for brunch today. No, I'm not going that far, people. But with
Mm.
that being said, Dill, oh, the line dropped. It's at -2.5. Dill, let's go to USC. Let's go to North Carolina. Miami Hurricanes. The U taking on North Carolina and the Tar Heels in North Carolina, Dill. Great matchup, 25 versus number 12, Dill. Give me the Tar Heels -2.5 at home, Dill. I took the -3. I will take the -2.5 now, Dill. I think they're just a better ball club. Yes, Miami's good, but I think they're just a little high ranked right now, Dill. I understand some of these upper teams have been losing late. Miami's 4-1, gotta respect it. But I just feel like they're gonna be outmatched on the road today. Give me North Carolina and the Tar Heels -3, -2.5, wherever you find it.
Yeah, I took Carolina -3.5 as well. It's down to 2.5, which surprising. It's going the other way, but I just can't trust Miami. I just don't think they're good at whole at Chapel Hill. Drake May, he's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft. I just feel like the Tar Heels are going to blow them out. I think the offense is really good. I don't trust Cristobal, the coach for Miami. Shouldn't need it, should be undefeated, but instead they are 4-1. Don't trust them. I like North Carolina here as well. I'll lay the points.
Nice, Dill. Nice, Dill. Another one. USC taking on Notre Dame. Dill, I understand USC is number 10 in the country. I understand they're 6-0, Dill, but that defense ain't a top defense, Dill. Give me the upset of the day. Well, I know they're the favorite, but I think they're going to storm the field. Give me Notre Dame -2.5. Lay it on the money line as well, -134, Dill. I love UNC. I love Caleb Williams, no doubt first round pick. Has the talent to be very special in the next level, but this USC team on the defensive side of the ball is going to have a rough day at Notre Dame.
I was looking at that game, but I was leading the Fireshires just because they own the Trojans 48-35 all-time
Damn.
record.
I didn't even know that. Damn.
So yeah, I was leaning them, and you got to imagine this Irish team, after starting the way they did, you got to think they're going to come out aggressive. This is the best defense USC is going to verse. You said top 5 pick. He's going to be the number 1 pick, Caleb Williams. This
No,
man is
I
a
said number
magician.
1 pick. I said number 1. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, their offense, I worry about nothing. I mean, Lincoln Riley is just amazing. It's just their defense is hot garbage. So for the other play I have, I'm going to go Auburn +11.5. I think LSU's defense is atrocious. They gave up like 700 yards to Ole Miss. I would lean over as well. I think USC's defense is fraudulent. I think they're fraudulent. Brian Kelly kind of saved his job last week, winning and coming back. But Auburn, they're a feisty team. +11.5 on the road. War Eagle, baby.
Dill. 7:30 start, Dill. Missouri at Kentucky. Dill. Give me Kentucky in the perfect bounce back situation, Dill. I know they got embarrassed last week by Georgia. I took them plus. I ended up teasing them up to +20, Dill. They got blown out. I think this is a perfect bounce back scenario. You're back at home versus another good team in Missouri. You got the test last week against Georgia, the best team in the country. Now you come back at home, you handle business, and you keep marching forward. They'll give me the Kentucky Wildcats -2.5, or even if you want to play it safe on the money line, -135. I think they take care of business.
I love it. They have one of the best running games in the country, and they're not just a basketball school anymore. We got to start respecting them in football. Let's go on over to Oregon State taking on UCLA. I'll lay the 3.5 with the Beavers. I just think this Beaver team is one of the most balanced teams in the country. Last week, they lost. They played at the Rose Bowl. It was just a really tough environment to play. I think now back home against UCLA team that has a tough time stopping the run. I think Oregon State is just going to run the ball down UCLA's throat. I'll lay the points with the Beavers.
Yo, my last player of the day. NC State taking on the Duke Blue Devils. Dill, give me the Dukies at home -3. Dill, I think they take care of business. They're a much better team than I anticipated them to be this year. I'm gonna be honest. And against NC State, I think I have a chance to get blown out. Dill, let's just be real. Give me the Duke Blue Devils -3 at home.
And then last game for me, game of the week, number 8 Oregon Ducks going up north to Seattle to take on number 7 Washington. 2 Heisman candidates, Bo Nix and Michael Penix. Michael Penix is actually the favorite to win the Heisman right now. Oregon has dominated them, but I got to take the 2.5. I'm laying it with Washington. I think they are the better team. I would also lean over 67. I think it's or 66.5 right now. It's going to be a shootout, but the passing attack for Michael Penix in this offense is just insane. The atmosphere in the Pacific Northwest is going to be electric. Going to be raining. No surprise there in Seattle. But yeah, I think Washington is the right side at home. I think it's their year. They won last year. Oregon might have a little revenge factor, but this is both of these teams, but this is their toughest task yet. I like Washington here. Give me the Huskies. And then the other leans that I had, I lay the 3.5 with Tennessee. I was going to take the +10 with Iowa. I was going to take the +10.5 with Wyoming. And I was also going to lay the 3.5 with Duke as well, but I never got to the window. So I feel a little more confident that you're on that as well. But yeah, nothing really I liked. I was going to touch Notre Dame, like I said. Other than that, I was going to lay it with Georgia minus the 32.5. I think they're just a juggernaut right now. Anything else on the college side that I missed?
Not there. I'm even surprised that I took 4 plays myself. So, the fact that we both gave out, 4 each there. Hopefully we have a great day. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that Kentucky game, it's a good game.
Missouri's a good game.
Missouri's
I'm even going to watch it. I'm even going to watch it, bro.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I'm a dead try to watch it.
I'm kidding. It's just because besides Buffalo, I feel like you don't really watch, or Colorado Buffaloes. I feel like you don't watch college unless it's like a really marquee game.
Yeah, like Bama, Auburn. Always watch that game unless it's a blowout. Texas, Bama. I watched that game earlier this year. It's just gotta be good matchups. I like to see good games. That's all. I hate seeing like a 47-20 game. Nah.
Elvis, let's start in London, week 6 in the NFL. Early start time, so make sure you wake up 9:30 here on the East Coast, 6:30 on the West Coast. So make sure you set your alarms. Again, we are back at Tottenham Stadium where the Spurs play. Tennessee Titans are technically the home team. Baltimore Ravens are the away team. Ravens laying 4.5, minus 220 on the money line, plus 4.5 for the Titans, plus 180 on the money line. Over under is at 41.5. Elvis, my throat is killing me. I'll let you lead off.
Dill, this is going to be a great matchup, especially after last week, the Baltimore Ravens struggling on offense throughout the game. I understand the Steelers' defense is tremendous, but Dill, Tennessee played a little better last week. This is going to be a tough matchup, to be honest, but give me Baltimore Ravens minus the 4 in London. I just feel like the Baltimore Ravens are going to bounce back after a bad loss last week. That's what it was, though. It was a bad loss. Offensively, they couldn't catch a fucking ball. Defensively, they gave up the big play when it mattered to Kenny Pickens. Still, I don't expect much of this Tennessee. I was surprised how good they played last week, though, to be honest. But I don't expect them to take this show overseas. The only thing I expect is Daniel Henry, possibly anytime touchdown at minus 111, deal, to be honest. But other than that, I see the Baltimore Ravens finally get the ball rolling, finally get the passing game going. Hopefully 0 drops tomorrow morning. Give me the Baltimore Ravens at London minus the 4.
You're not going Zay Flowers over this week.
I'll lean the over. It's at 56.5. I'll lean the over, but if I had to go with a prop deal, I think my favorite prop will be Derrick Henry anytime touchdown at minus 111. Because the Zay Flowers over is a little chalky, minus 135.
Yeah, I was looking at it too. They're catching up on props. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Last time the Ravens played in London, they got buried by the Jags back in 2017, 44-7. I remember that game. They went out to London early. They're acclimated to the jet lag. I honestly believe the Ravens should be 5-0. To be honest, they had 2 really bad losses that they should have won. So
I agree.
I think this is a nice buy low spot for the Ravens. I got the Ravens earlier in the week -4. I'll still lay the 4.5, whatever you could get. I just feel like the Titans are going to have a tough time scoring the ball on this defense. Ravens have a top 5. I don't know metrics wise, but top 5, top 6 defense. So I think the Ravens are going to come out here and play hard, especially after losing. I think this is a good bounce back spot for them. So I'm actually going to lay the points here with the Ravens in London. By the way, London unders have been cash cows, so maybe look towards an under as well. Let's go to the next game. 1 o'clock's San Francisco 49ers on the road taking on the Brownies. No Deshaun Watson. He is out for the second straight game. Line opened up -4, 4.5, depending on what opening number you got. Jumped up all the way to 9.5, +9.5 for the Browns. Over under is at 35.5. I took it immediately on Monday. It didn't matter if Deshaun Watson was playing or not. I laid the 4.5. I don't know if I lay the 9.5. Probably still lay it without Deshaun Watson. They had maybe a puncher's chance. Now they have no chance at all. I think this is going to be a blowout. So, yeah, I'll lay it with the 49ers here on the road.
Yeah, same. Without Deshaun, they have zero chance. We saw how, what's his name, DTR? Something like that, DLR?
Yeah.
We saw how he looked against the Ravens. It was pitiful. I'm not gonna,
that's kind of
ruin
harsh.
His game.
That's kind of harsh.
It was bad. So I don't if he looked that bad against the Ravens, I don't expect him to look better against the 49ers. Give me the 40, like Dylan. I took the 49ers minus, I think, 4.5 or 5 early in the week. As of like yesterday or 2 days ago, jumped to 9.5 with the Deshaun Watson news coming out, possibly missing a couple weeks, not just this week. Still, give me the San Francisco 49ers minus 9.5, Dylan. And to be honest, I think I would have still laid it at minus like 12, 13.5. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns.
The 49ers are 4-0-1 ATS this season with 3 straight covers. They're the only team left without an ATS loss. Brock Purdy, 10-0 outright. 8-1-1 ATS in his career as a starter. Browns 0-4 ATS after a bye in the last 4 seasons, including 0-3 ATS under Kevin Stefanski. Usually it's the other way around, and I think that's how you could tell a good coach from a bad coach. Not saying he's a bad coach, but after a bye, you got to think your boys you have extra time to prepare for the 49ers, and then you come out flat. It just doesn't look good for the 49ers. So, yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I think the right side is the 49ers, and I think they lay it on them. Let's go out to Atlanta. The Falcons hosting the Redskins. Falcons laying 2.5 at home on the money line, minus 130. Plus 2.5 for the Skins, plus 108 on the money line. Over under is at 42. I just can't lay it with the Falcons here. I know they're a team we like to back at home and usually not on the road, but Falcons 0-4 ATS in their last 4 games. Redskins, they've covered 4 of their last 5 games. Since 2009, Falcons are 7-13 ATS as home favorites. Redskins 11-16-2 ATS after a loss. I would have to lean with the Skins here. I honestly think they're the better team. So no official play, but I would lean the Redskins here.
Dill, I'm with you. It was a tough time coming down with a play on this game, so I ended up staying away from it. If anything, my one true lean in this game is Brian Robinson Jr. anytime touchdown, minus 110, minus 111 around there. Dill, I'm with you. I think Atlanta can win at home, Dill, but I think Washington is due. Losing 3 straight horrible losses, by the way. And I feel like out of any game, this is the winnable game that they're in the past 4 weeks still. They played Philly good. Last week, it was a tough one. Still, I honestly think Washington is the right side here. If it was +3, I would have took the +3. If anything, this week to tomorrow, hopefully those Atlanta fans feel gully and they start putting that money in on Atlanta, Dill. But if it gets to +3, I'm going to take Washington +3. I think they could possibly lose this game by a field goal. If not, win outright.
What are your thoughts on Drake London? Because I almost got there with him on his receiving yards. It's at 43.5, which seems low, but he's hit this in 6 of 9 games with Desmond Ridder. He's averaging 59.7 yards with Ritter. I know it's the Falcons passing game is scary with Arthur Smith. I don't think Arthur Smith is that good. The Redskins do give up a lot of huge plays to wide receivers. So I was thinking maybe this could be a big game for Drake London. Any thoughts on him real quick?
Dill, absolutely. You know why? We've seen it all season long. The number one cornerback for the Washington Redskins gave up a huge game. We saw we saw it against my boy DJ Moore. What, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Gotta love it.
You know, look at AJ Brown the week prior. So, you know, he's just been getting torched. So, to be honest, if Drake London doesn't have a huge game, it's Desmond Ritter's fault, because every wide receiver wide receiver one against the Washington Commanders have went over 100 yards.
Yeah. All right. I just wanted to get your opinion on that real quick. We'll move along to the next game. Miami Dolphins laying 2 touchdowns at home against the Panthers. Minus 14, plus 14 for the Panthers. Over under is at 47.5. The Dolphins have only been at least a 13-point favorite one time in the last 20 years. The Dolphins 7-3 ATS at home under Mike McDaniel, with unders 8-2 at home with Mike McDaniel. So unders have actually been profitable at home for Miami. Panthers 0-3 ATS on the road this season, 7-13 ATS on the road since 2021. Elvis, I mean, I have no play here. I was looking at my boy Adam Thielen again. They kind of caught up to his reception prop. I lean Raheem Morris anytime touchdown, but it's like minus 190. Maybe sprinkle on him to get 2+ touchdowns. I mean, there's no real competition for the bulk share. You know, he's going to get most of the carries for the next 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 games, excuse me, not years. Miami O-line, I just think it's a mismatch against that. It's a young defensive line. Miami has a good O-line, you know, and it's a defense that's given up multiple 2-touchdown games to running backs. So Miami, they have one of the best red zone teams. Carolina, one of the worst red zone defenses. I think Raheem Morris, I think it would be worth a sprinkle 2-time touchdown, but nothing really in this game for me.
Dill, this is a tough game. You know, do I believe Miami could win this game by, 17, 14, 15 plus wins? Absolutely, Dill. But can Miami take their foot off the gas late in the, not even late in the fourth quarter, just in the fourth quarter period? Absolutely, Dill. So I'm not going to lay the 14 with Miami just because I think Carolina can, put up some late points. Dill, if anything, to be honest, Miami's offense has been so explosive all season long, Dill. I think we gotta smash Jalen Waddle anytime touchdown at plus 110. I like Tyreek as well, minus 145, a little chalky, but I think Jalen Waddle gets in there. Remember, he missed 2 weeks with that injury. I think he'll be a little more featured, especially with Devon Kane. He's out with the injury. Maybe Jalen Waddle gets involved a little bit in the running game. Not too much, but maybe just a little bit, Dill. And then, to be honest, I smashed 2 weeks straight Devon Kane anytime touchdown, Dill, and now they're back up. The second string running back is Ahmed. I might take him anytime touchdown at plus 185.
I would think he's the third string. I think Raheem Morris is the second string.
No, Raheem Morris is the starter. Devon Kane is out.
Yeah. He's the starter now. Yeah, I meant to say if he is, Kane.
So Ahmed is the second string. Still, with that offense, it wouldn't shock me if he scored. So I'll lean him plus 185 on the touchdown and Jalen Waddle at plus 110.
All right, let's go on over to the next game. In Shoulder Field, Chicago Bears hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings road favorites, -3, minus 156 on the money line, plus 132 for the home dogs. Over under is at 43.5. I feel like we got to smash the over. All 5 Bear games have gone over the total this season. Viking games, they're 4-1 to the over, including 3 straight. Now, the Bears, they're 9-22-1 ATS as underdogs since 2021. The Bears are 1-11 ATS in their last 12 divisional games under Matt Eberflus. I mean, I don't know how you could take the Bears here. I know they've been playing better, but I got to take the over, and I also like Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. So we're finally getting good odds on here. He's gone over this number in every game this season, and the Bears defense is just dead awful. I think both teams are going to be able to put up some points. I know Justin Jefferson, he's out for the next 4 weeks, but it just opens things up for KJ Osborne. You have Jordan Addison as well. You got TJ Hawkinson. Like, you still have a lot of talent on that offensive side of the ball. So I think Kirk Cousins gets 2 touchdowns, and I think we see a shootout here in Soldier Field. How do you like this game?
Still, I like the Vikings. Still, I think, to be honest, the Chicago Bears have played I have to say, at an elite offensive level in these past 2 weeks. Still, gotta give them credit. I know this, ended up losing against the game against the Broncos, but let's not forget, people. My man Justin Fields was 16 for 16 with over 200 yards at one point in that game, and then we saw how well he looked last week against Washington. Still, I just feel like, even though Minnesota's defense hasn't looked great this season, I just feel like, Brian Flores could probably cause some trouble for Justin Fields. Deal. I think they've been playing at an elite level. I think they finally regressed a little bit. I think Minnesota is able to slow them down. Offensively, I'm not too worried. They're missing Justin Jefferson. To be honest, Kirk Cousins has been on another level. I understand the numbers haven't been leading to victories, but he's been balling. Deal. And I also like the over 1.5 touchdowns as well. Deal. I think he possibly throw for 2 or 3, like he's been doing all season long. Give me the Minnesota Vikings -2.5, -3. Yeah, -3 on the -3 on the game. And to be honest, still, TJ Hawkinson over 54.5 receiving yards. I think that number is too low. I think he'll be like the 1/1A option. I think Jordan Addison or Osborne would be the options, but TJ Hawkinson without Justin Jefferson, you got to keep an eye on that.
100%. Let's go out to Jacksonville. Excuse me. Jacksonville laying 4.5 at home, plus 4.5 for the Indianapolis Colts. Over under is at 44.5. Jaguars are 14-2-1 ATS in head-to-head meetings with the Colts since 2015. Jaguars 1-5 outright, 0-6 ATS as a favorite in Jacksonville since 2020. Colts 7-14 ATS in divisional games since 2020. Gardner Minshew will start since AR-15 is out for the next 4 weeks. 8-14 ATS in his last 22 starts. Gardner Minshew. No play here. I do lean 4.5. I do lean the plus 4.5 with the Colts, just because I think teams who come over after London or come back after London, I think it takes time for their defense to get going a little bit. And Jags, they did play good, but they had a week to prepare and week to stay in London, while the Buffalo Bills kind of slacked on that. So I think that's why we saw, I don't think it was how good their defense was. I think it was how bad Buffalo's offense was. So I think the Colts could score. They've been a frisky team all year. So if anything, I'd take the 4.5 in my pocket, but no official play here for me.
Still, same. No official play. If anything, to be honest, I'll lean Christian Kirk over 62.5 receiving yards. Still, he's been emerging as their number one. I understand Kyle really had a big game last week, but prior to that, he's been pretty quiet all season long. Dill, I'm with you, Dill. This Colts team has been surprising. That their defense is playing top 10-ish. Gardner Minshew is no slouch. He's a pretty good backup. Could be a starter for some teams in the NFL. It's just the question mark is Jacksonville. We see how good the Colts been playing. Can Jacksonville repeat what they've done the past 2 weeks in London? They didn't look good week 1? No, week 2 against the Colts. They ended up losing to the Colts week 2, and now they're playing the Colts again. They're at home this time. I think it's going to be a tough matchup, though. I think the Colts can make it a 3-point game. If anything, I lean the Colts plus 4.5, but I like Christian Kirk over 62.5 receiving yards.
All right, let's go out to Houston. The Texans hosting the New Orleans Saints. Kind of a pick 'em right now. Saints short road favorites, -1.5 on the spread. Want to take them on the money line, -126 on the buyback for Houston, plus 108. Over under is at 42.5. I think it's important to note Saints have gone under the total in 11 straight games.
Facts.
Saints 2-7 ATS as a favorite under Dennis Allen. 0-5 ATS in the last 0-5-1, excuse me, ATS in the last 6. Texans have covered 3 straight games, all as an underdog with 2 straight wins. With that being said, I think this is a good game. You got to take the Texans here. I think Saints have a good rush defense, but it's going to allow the Texans to throw the ball more on early downs. They can't run the ball. Texans can't run the ball this year for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
for some reason. Yeah.
Their passing attack, 4th in the league in pass efficiency. CJ Stroud, we all know he's playing phenomenal. They got Laramie Tunsil back. That should help the protection a little bit. I think at home, they should actually be the 1-point favorite, and I think they bounced back. Tough loss last week against the Falcons, which I feel like they should have won. Saints offensively really haven't shown me anything. Derek Carr kind of banged up still, so I'm going to take plus 110 with the Texans. I think they are the better team, and I'm going to go back to reliable CJ Stroud, over 221 passing yards. I mean, what the hell is this number? His prop has dropped, which I don't understand at all. He's been crushing it. Stroud has hit his over in 5 straight games, averaging 292 yards per game. He's been amazing, like legit a top 10 quarterback. I know he's probably not, but he's been playing like one. He also has a great offensive coordinator, Bobby Slouk. He comes from the Shanahan tree. The Saints defense is good, but they're better with the run attack. On dropbacks, they're not that good. To be honest, I think they're a little bit overrated. I mean, they've played well against Tannehill, Bryce Young, Jordan Love, Mac Jones, and Baker Mayfield. Like, come on. Besides Baker, they're very bottom tier pass offenses. I think Stroud is way better than all of those quarterbacks, especially passing the ball. So New Orleans, they don't really, they're 23rd in the league in getting pressure. Honestly, like I said, Houston can't run the ball. It's going to force Houston to throw the ball more. In a dome game, always nice. You get to air the ball out a little more. At 2 home games for CJ Stroud, he's thrown for 384 yards and 306. All in all, I just think this is a very low number with the way Stroud has been playing. I think New Orleans has a solid defense, but they've literally played the bottom of the barrel offenses. So I think this is going to be one of their toughest tasks yet. Give me Houston to win and give me CJ Stroud to go over his passing yards.
I do agree on one thing. The CJ Stroud passing prop is too low. He's been passing the fire at the ball all season long. The fact that the number went down, don't get me wrong. I give credit. I have respect for the Saints defense. It's a pretty good defense, but for the number to go down after you threw for over 300 last week, doesn't make sense to me, though. Like, I lean with you over CJ Stroud, the passing yards, though. But to be honest, this Saints team last week looked different. They waxed us still. You know, they waxed the Patriots. With Alvin Kamara coming back, I think it takes the offense to another level. He's healthy. I think Derek Carr, you know, he's getting healthier. You know, that shoulder injury was bad a couple weeks ago. Looked better last week. I expect him to look a little better this week. Still, that defense, I think it could cause CJ some problems. You know, nothing crazy, but I feel like it might be the best defense he's played thus far. You know, with that being said, give me the New Orleans Saints on the money line. I think this is a tough task for CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. Even though they're at home, the Saints are a pretty good team, and I just feel like that defensively it's going to be a tough task slowing down New Orleans offense right now. Give me the Saints minus 126 or on the money line, or you want to lay the minus 1.5 at minus 112.
Go out to Cincinnati. The Bengals laying 2.5 at home on the money line, minus 152, plus 2.5 for the Seattle Seahawks, plus 128 on the money line. Over under is at 45.5. Seahawks 50-31-2 ATS as an underdog under Pete Carroll. 39-43 outright. Joe Burrow is 28-18 ATS in his career. Seahawks have covered covered 3 straight games. So coming in hot. I do lean +3 with Seattle. I still don't trust Joe Burrow I got to see it more. To be honest. That's why I think you're not even seeing 3s out there anymore. You're seeing 2.5s. It's coming down, which I think for a reason. I think Seahawks offensively can give this defense a problem. And Seattle's defense has actually played better than I've thought. We'll see. Joe Burrow did look good last week. We'll see if he could put consistently week in and week out. Until then, I'm going to have to continue to fade the Bengals, but nothing official, but I do lean Seahawks.
Dale, give me the Seahawks +3. Dale, I had to take it there. Like you said, the Cincinnati Bengals have been wishy-washy all season long. I understand they had an impressive win last week, and they're live once again for the division and the playoffs still. But the Seattle team been playing great all season long. Impressive win in Detroit. Looked more impressive week after week. I understand their last game against the Giants, it was just the Giants still. Coming off a bye week, Geno Smith should be, I want to say 100%, but he should be healthy enough and good enough to play this game throughout the game. And I expect Kenneth Walker, the third, still in the third, and the offense to take care of business still. With that being said, give me the Seahawks +3. And I'll be honest, I think they're live dogs in this scenario. Since, like you said, Cincinnati just hasn't been consistent. Should they win this game? Yes. But from what we saw this season thus far, it wouldn't shock me if, the offense struggles a little bit, especially in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust the offensive line either. The Seahawks are actually getting pressure this year. They have the third best pass rush, and then Cincinnati has the 10th worst pass block. So if they could get to Joe Burrow, I think they could cause some problems. You mentioned Kenneth Walker. I was looking at his rushing prop, 66.5. I would actually go over that. That was almost an official play.
I like his anytime touchdown at +100 even. I think he gets in, not for nothing.
Yeah. Let's go on over to your New England Patriots on the road taking on, I would do it, but my voice is crazy, the Raiders.
Raiders.
Thank you. The Raiders laying 2.5 on at home, -158 for them on the money line, +2.5 for the Patriots, +134 on the money line. Over under is at 41.5. Now, Elvis, Mac Jones, 0-11 ATS in his last 11 starts as an underdog. The Patriots are 0-8 ATS in their last 8 games as underdog, including 0-3 ATS this season. Raiders coming off a big win at home against the Packers. They're 5-7 outright and ATS as a favorite under your boy Josh McDaniels, including 1-4 outright and ATS when laying at least 3 points. Raiders are 0-3 ATS on a short week with Josh McDaniels. Revenge game for Josh McDaniels. I know you want to take him, but how does anyone take this Patriot team right now?
Dill, with that being said, give me the New England Patriots +3 on the road, Dill. I know. Maybe
you're betting with your heart.
No. Just because did the Raiders look good last week? Honestly, they walked away with the win, Dill, but did they look good?
They look better than I thought.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But I feel like the Patriots could come in and we're due for a game. That's all I'm saying there. We're due. We put up 3 points in the last 2 weeks. You think we're going to go out there and score less than 10 points? Absolutely not. I tell you what, though, I guarantee you, we score less than 10 points, people are going to be fired. They're going to have to stay in Vegas because they're not catching a flight back on that Patriots jet. I'm telling you right now. So, with that being said, give me the New England Patriots +3. I think this is not even moral. You need to go out there and show out. You need to go out there and put up points on the board. Defensively, you need to go out there and show, even without Matthew Judon, we can still put pressure on the quarterback deal. This is just a make or break week for the Patriots. It's either we show up and play competitive / win this game. If not, let's just fucking end the season and get Caleb Williams. That's where I'm at with it.
Do you think Mac Jones gets benched this week?
He doesn't win this game. He get him out.
Yeah,
get him out.
I agree. I actually have a play in this game. It's an ugly game, but I lean under first half, under 20.5. Two bad offenses.
We put it 20 in the first half. Watch.
Patriots are averaging 6 points in the first half, while the Raiders are just a little better. They're averaging 8.8 points in the first half. I think we see a slow, ugly first half like we see with two bad teams. Give me the under first half, 20.5. Let's go. Oh, that was the first 4 o'clock window. Let's continue it. 4:26. Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Detroit Lions. Lions laying 3 on the road, -164 on the money line, +3 for the Tampa Bay Bucks, +138 on the money line. Over under is at 42.5. Elvis, should be a very interesting game here. Lions 27-12 ATS under Dan Campbell. They cover a lot of game. The best record in the NFL in that span. They're 4-1 ATS with 3 straight covers. Lions have not been at least a 3-point road favors since week 6 of 2020 when they were 3-point favorites against the Jaguars, and they did win that game and covered. Now at home, Baker Mayfield, 13-21 ATS in his career at home, 1-1 ATS with the Bucks. How you playing this game?
Dale, this one I ended up playing it safe. I understand it's a little chalky, people, but at the end of the day, I'm out here trying to win money. With that being said, Dale, I'm not going to lay it on the road, Dale. I'm just taking the line straight up on the money line, -162. Not the most profitable bet, people. I understand that. But I do think the Lions is the right side, Dill. To be honest, the Bucks been playing good. I got to give them credit. The defense been playing pretty damn good. Baker Mayfield playing like he deserves, 25, 30 more $million yearly. So I got to give credit to their team overall. Todd Bowles doing a tremendous job. I just feel like the Lions that are another level. I have Lions in my top 5 power ranks, and I gotta keep that energy with them. Give me the Lions. I'll lean the -3 on the road, Dill, but I'm not as confident just because Tampa Bay Bucks have been playing pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. Give me the Detroit Lions on the money line.
Make sure you take Jahmyr Gibbs out of your fantasy. He is out. If you do start him.
He's on IR in 2 of my leagues.
Bomb. Yeah, so for this game, I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown over 5.5 receptions. Lions, he was dealing with an injury, so they were careful. He didn't practice all that much, but I think he's good. Laporta, he's questionable as well. And if he doesn't go, that will only help us. Buccaneers, they're a top 5 blitzing team. Quick passes to Goff's favorite target. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is that. And he's hit this dating back to last season. He's hit this in 8 of his last 10 matchups. I think this is a good spot for Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is a little chalky at -135, but this was the only way I really wanted to play the game. I agree with you. If anything, I would lay it on the road with the Detroit Lions. Let's go to the West Coast. The Rams hosting the Arizona Cardinals. Rams laying a touchdown at home. Cardinals +7, +270 on the money line. Over under is at 48.5. Rams 10-2 ATS against the Cardinals under Sean McVay. Cardinals 11-4 ATS as road underdogs over the last 3 seasons. Rams 5-0 ATS in their last 6 home games following a loss, so they bounced back well under McVay. Rams 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games as a home favorite. With that being said, you lay in 7 with the Rams?
No, Dill. I do think they're the right side, Dill, but the Arizona Cardinals been pesky all season. Got to respect that, Dill. With that being said, my official play for this game will be Cooper Kupp over 86.5 receiving yards. First game back, boy didn't miss a beat. Over 100. I think he went for 113 exactly, Dill. I was shocked. I wouldn't say shocked, but I was just really surprised that his first game back, he just goes out there and torches them like nothing happened, Dill. He went for 113 last week. He might go for $120, $130 this week. Give me over 86.5 receiving yards. And then I ended up putting the Rams in a 2-way 6-point teaser deal. Like you said, they're -7. I ended up teasing them down to -1. I think this is the perfect tease spot. Yeah, I give Arizona a chance, but I think the Rams at home, they take care of business.
Yeah, good look there, because I was looking at Cooper Kupp. It was sitting at like 86, right? You said 86.5?
86.5 at -119.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well. I didn't get to the window, but I was looking at that. Arizona, 3rd worst pass defense in the league. Arizona runs a lot of zone at a top 10 rate. They run zone basically all game, but they rank 30th in zone. I just think Cooper Kupp is going to expose me. Even Puka Nacua is going to get some attention as well. So free up a little defender for Cooper Kupp. So yeah, good look there. I was going to take that as well. Let's go on over to the game, the best game of the board. New York Jets hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles laying 6.5. Jets at home plus 240. Over under is at 41.5. Got some injuries too. Jalen Carter, thank God's not going to play. Darius Slay's out for them. So hopefully we got a chance. But if history has shown us anything, Eagles are 12-0 outright against the Jets, 11-1 ATS against the Jets. Eagles 3-0 ATS on the road this season. Jets are 4-1 ATS, 2-3 outright as home underdogs of at least 6 points under Zach Wilson. Jalen Hurts is 2-5 ATS as a road favorite of 6 points or more. Jets 6-1 ATS in October the last 2 seasons. This is our month, baby. If anything, I would lean under. 41. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. We got some injuries on both sides of the ball for the Eagles and for the Jets. I think it's going to be a run, smash-mouth football kind of game. I just hope Zach Wilson plays well again. If our defense plays up to the standard that they did the last few weeks, and Zach Wilson played as good as he can, doesn't turn the ball over, extend the play on third down with his legs. Like I said, Darius Slay isn't there. They're banged up in the secondary. You got to get the ball to Garrett Wilson. Hopefully, Breece Hall has a couple good rushes. If he's running the ball well, I think we have a shot. So I won't touch it because every time I touch the Jets, we lose or get blown out. So not going to touch it, but I do lean the Jets. I would have rather had it at the +7, the opening number. It's come down to 6.5. But I do feel more confident about the under. I do think 2 good defenses going. Should be an ugly weather tomorrow here in the Northeast. So lean under. Nothing official, though. I just want to watch the game and learn more from the team. What do you got, kid?
Still, I ended up teasing the Philadelphia down. Like you said, they were at 6.5, -6.5, teasing them down to basically a half a point with the LA Rams. So that's my two-way 6-point teaser at -134. People, Philadelphia tease them down to minus a half a point, and then the Rams down to -1 versus the Cardinals. Eagles tease them down to -0.5 versus the Jets still. And my other official play for the game will be this kid. This kid has been quiet lately. Kind of, I understand AJ Brown is a dog deal, but AJ Brown will have a tough week against your boy Sauce Gardner. I give a lot of credit to that Jets defense is up there. It's top 5-ish, maybe top 3-ish at sometimes still. I do agree with you. I think their defense can keep them in the game. Might even able to turn the ball over with Jalen Hurts still. Like I said, the defense is going to keep you in the game. It's just, can Zach Wilson go out there and throw for over 20 yards, a touchdown or 2, and no interceptions? That's the thing. So I ended up playing it safe. Zach Wilson have been playing much better as of late, so I'm going to give the respect there, tease them down. Like I said, AJ Brown been playing at another level. I expect Sauce Gardner to deal with him one-on-one. With that being said, give me Devontae Smith over 4.5 receptions still. I think Jalen Hurts, especially against that defense, is going to have to get the ball out a little quick. And with Sauce on AJ, I think Devontae Smith will be the number 1 target come tomorrow. Give me Devontae Smith over 4.5 receptions.
Yeah, I kind of like that look just because DJ Reed, our second corner, is out with a concussion still. And now you're starting to see, since we were so loaded in the secondary, you really didn't see our corners travel. But the last 2 weeks, Sauce Gardner's been traveling a lot more. So I agree. I think A.J. Brown might not. He's still good. It's A.J. Brown. He's a top 10 receiver. He's going to get a couple catches. But I agree. I don't think he's going to have
a monster
catches
game
for 136 yards. I just don't see that. No one's done it against us, so I just don't see it. So yeah, I kind of like that play as well. And then last game, I can't wait to they start being able to flex some of these primetime games out because this one is awful. Buffalo Bills at home hosting the New York Giants. Buffalo Bills laying 15.5. Jesus Christ. Plus 810 on the money line for the Giants. Last time I looked at it, that's why I'm saying this. I thought it was at like 14. Now it's at 15.5. Money just keeps coming in on the Bills. Over under is at 43.5. Giants 0-5 ATS this season, worst in the NFL. Last season, the Giants were 13-4 ATS. It was the best mark in the NFL. So like we alluded to in our futures during the summer, regression is coming for this team. Daniel Jones, 1-12 outright in primetime games. Daniel Jones, 17-7 ATS in his career as a road underdog. This is the third time in the last 25 seasons that the Giants have been at least 14-point underdogs. With that being said, you got to lay the points, right, with Buffalo.
Dill, with that being said, give me Buffalo minus 15. We seen Buffalo. That's the thing. We seen Buffalo beat Miami by 30. And Miami's a very 4-1 team. Very good team at home. You expect me the Giants to only lose by 15 points when they beat Miami by 30? Still, it's just respect for Tyrod Taylor. He bagged my shorty Drea Michelle. So shout out Tyrod Taylor. But other than that, buddy, since you left the Chargers, it's been downhill, my boy. I feel bad what you're gonna go through tomorrow in Buffalo. Hopefully you make it through the game. Hopefully you actually, ball out. I think you over under passing yards at 170.5. Fuck it, go over. All I know is you're going to lose by 20 plus points still. Give me the Bills minus 15.5. And to be honest, still, this man is playing at an elite level. I think we got to go Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown and also over 86.5 receiving yards still. To his last 3 weeks, he's been on a stretch still. So it wouldn't shock me if Stephon Diggs finds himself in the end zone and over 100 yards once again.
Yeah, I mean, you got to expect them to come out with a little bit of urgency after, losing a game a lot of people thought they should have. You've seen the explosion on the sideline with Stephon Diggs breaking a Microsoft tablet. And like we said, after those days, we got to back our boy after. So, yeah, Eileen, I actually saw Stephon Diggs. You said 86. I saw 83.5. Regardless, 83, 86, I think he goes over. He's hit this number in 80% of the season so far. Giants secondary is bad. They play with a lot of rookies. I like the kid from Maryland, but it's going to take time. I think his name is Banks. So they play a lot of man coverage, and Stephon Diggs torches man coverage. For anyone that wants to play Gabe Davis, by the way, or have him in fantasy, you might want to sit him. He struggles mightily against man defense. So would caution people to play Gabe Davis. I would actually play Stephon Diggs. I think they're going to blow him out, to be honest. They're kind of mad after last week. They should have won that game. And I think they come home and they dominate a team that shouldn't even be on the same field as them. But we will take care of Monday Night Football between should be a good game, hopefully. Chargers hosting the Cowboys right now. Cowboys kind of a pick of -1.5, -126 on the money line, but we'll take care of that tomorrow. Elvis, any other, baseball, we got the ALCS coming down tomorrow. So if you want to take care of that tomorrow, WNBA is tomorrow as well. I'll have plays tomorrow. Loaded slate in NHL. I've been on to a hot start. I think my record right now to start the season is 9-4. So off to a nice NHL season. Got like 12 games today. I'll have plays on my action app, so make sure you guys check that out, or I'll just tweet them out, whatever is easier. But yeah, I'll have my WNBA play up and my MLB play for tomorrow's show. Any last words? We got to get going. My throat is killing me.
Dill, let me just end it off, Dill. In the Battle of Texas in the ALCS, Dill, game 1, give me the Texas Rangers plus 117. Dill, for the series, give me the Texas Rangers plus 126. Yes, I said it. The Texas Rangers are going to the World Series, Dill. And then my NLCL play, Dill. I got a special for you, Dill. This kid has been on fire. I said in my group chat the other day, he lived up to the hype. He don't got a ring yet, but I think he gets one this year. Give me in the NLCS, the Phillies to advance at -170, and they give me Bryce Harper to hit 3+ home runs in the NLCS at +275, and give me a sprinkle for him to hit 4 at +920. He's been on another level for the past 2 seasons. Got to respect, got to admire it, got to give him credit, Dill. And that's my World Series, Phillies versus the Rangers, and I think Philly win it all.
Wow. Philly, ring the bell. What an atmosphere. I'll say that at Citizens Bank Park. It's electric. There's nothing like playoff baseball. Elvis, you and I played our whole lives. There's
I
nothing
went
like October baseball.
last year, no, two seasons ago. I went to ALCS Red Sox versus the Astros, game 2. Great.
And
I
they
saw
won.
Kyle Sherbert hit a grand slam, saw that. Finally went up to the Green Monster, wanted to see that. And then we ended up losing 3 straight in the series.
you were the good luck charm, kid. You needed to keep going.
I saw the win. I saw game 2 ALCS, saw grand slam. What more could I ask for?
Yeah, right now Houston is the favorite, plus 185 to win the World Series. Phillies plus 200. Rangers, I like them. Max Scherzer is coming back. He said he's fine. He's not really dealing with too much. You got Justin Verlander going for the Astros. So yeah, the Battle of Texas should be interesting.
My boy Dusty Baker got his one. He's cool and win one. Let's go Rangers.
If I'm being frank, I don't want to see any of the teams that I'd rather see Diamondbacks. Fuck the Phillies.
I like Diamondbacks. You know, I saw them beat the Yankees in 01, so you know.
I think they're a very fun team. It would be cool. What also is cool, all teams that won 100 games are all eliminated.
Good.
And all the Braves fan talking about my Mets, you won 1 playoff game. 1. Let that sink in. You won 1 more game than the Mets.
You heard that, Kurt?
Yeah, let that sink in. So all the Braves fans talking, but thank you so much. We went way longer than I wanted to today. I gotta go rest up. That's gonna do it for this Saturday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll recap all the games. We'll give you our best bets for Monday Night Football. Enjoy the games. Follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram, X, whatever you want to call it, at The Dream Wager. You can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live on YouTube every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, youtube.com/The Dream Wager. Subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great day. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.